Are you asking me if having sex 3 consecutive times with somebody's girlfriend in the disguise of bestie is a bad thing? Are you asking me? And I don't get why girls of today, we don't like taking care of ourselves. I'm not going to take myself out of because I'm part of the girls of today. But I take care of myself. My COUCHIE is good. Coming here to have a conversation with you is like one of the best times for me as a content creator. Welcome to another episode of POV. My name is Nani Kiadepa. Now let's have this conversation. If you're new here, please subscribe. And if you're old, you don't know how I love and respect you. Oh, and we actually reached our 1,000 subscribers. And so I want to say thank you to you guys. I want to say I appreciate you. I want to say I love you guys for subscribing and sharing and giving people, spreading the word. You understand? Yeah, we're all trying to navigate our way through this adulting, this life, through, this content and all that. And so if they posted it on social media, then they made it our business. And since they made it our business, we're going to make it our business. Now let's get straight into the stories that we have for this episode. Good evening. My name is Samuel, and here are my problems. Problems, but we have been dating. Samuel, your English is not good. I've been dating my girlfriend for over 3 years, and these days I have started seeing some changes from her. She acts as if she's tired of the relationship, and seriously, the thing is getting over my neck to the extent that I want to quit the relationship, and I'm even confused. Okay, so this is the thing. When you start seeing that somebody that you're with seems to be tired of you, tired of the relationship, technically they're exhausted, they're tired. They may not want the relationship again. I use the word may. So how do you know? You communicate. You talk. You let them understand that you're not joking. There's one thing that I've come to understand becoming an adult. No one can pull up a cane and start lashing you for speaking your mind. I'm not saying go and be disrespectful, for speaking your mind. So you can go to and be like, yeah, Amma, Abna, Tracy, Stella, I don't like your attitude these days. Are you tired of this relationship? Because frankly, I've not handcuffed you in this relationship. I know I love you and I want to be with you. But at this point, if it feels like you are forcing yourself to be in this relationship, then I technically have to let you go. And this is an adult decision you need to make because it's going to be painful. It's not every day that a relationship would end in a toxic way. You cheated on me. You were no. You can sometimes have a conscious conversation and end a relationship in a very sensible way. So try that. Try having a conversation. And however it goes, it can go for you or against you. But prepare your mind and prepare yourself for whatever that is going to come. Okay, someone? Yeah. Nanekia, I need your help on this. I've been dating this guy for almost 4 years now. He is in his 2nd year and I'm in my 1st year. I felt he was cheating and everything showed because he stopped doing certain things. He stopped calling and texting me. So one day I questioned him and he got angry. Since then, he hasn't replied my text. Do you think I should break up with him or not? Because I'm fed up. You guys, listen, learn to conclude a conversation. He's not responding to you. It doesn't mean that he's cheating on you. It doesn't mean that you're all right. Learn to conclude a conversation. After you've had this conversation, if he keeps doing this, then you know that you're dealing with an immature person. So even if you're going to break up, it is not because you feel like he's cheating on you, but because you feel like you're dealing with somebody that you cannot communicate with. And without communication, relationships cannot work. You need to communicate with the person that you're with. Learn to talk. I know a lot of us, we grew up in a home where we did not even have a voice to share our opinion on things. And so because of that, we've grown up to be adults that cannot even share our own opinions because we are scared that somebody's going to shout at us or somebody's going to make us uncomfortable for sharing our opinions or clearing our minds. But now you are an adult, you are not a child again. And so you can clear your mind. If you clear it and there are some consequences to deal with it, you stand up as an adult and you deal with it. So have a conversation with this person. And if you feel like he's being immature about it, then you break up on the basis that, you know what, I can't deal with this immaturity. I need to protect my sanity because you're fed up, you're emotionally drained, you're emotionally downcasted because he keeps carrying you and you still think you're in a relationship and it's emotionally draining. And so try and have a conversation. If it doesn't work out, then you know what you need to do. Okay? I had sex with my bestie. We've known each other since JHS and now we are in a university. I don't love her though, but as a man, I wanted to hit even once. But she said I'm like a brother to her. Then one day, the unexpected happened. And now I feel bad because I made her cheat on her boyfriend. She always tells me she loves her boyfriend and she wants to marry him. But she's still into one of my friends who has money and I'm like a brother to her. But we ended having sex 3 times in a row with no strings attached. Is this bad? Because I feel for her boyfriend as a man. Are you asking me if having sex 3 consecutive times with somebody's girlfriend in the disguise of bestie is a bad thing? Are you asking me? Are you asking me? Dude, don't be delusional because it is. You and that girl, Nina, you have a problem you need to solve. I wish I knew the boyfriend. I would have castigated that relationship. Why? Because she doesn't really love the guy. If she did, she wouldn't do what she's doing with you. I think she has feelings for you. She's just, telling herself that, you know what, it's not going to happen. And you know very well, I don't get this about men. When this thing is talking, when the stick down there is talking, what happens to the brain? Because you said, I don't love her. But as a man, I wanted to hit once. Really? What? You wanted to feed your ego that much that you had to hurt your fellow man? It's man that is hurting their own men. It is not we the women. We the women, we are doing our own. But the men, they are doing their own things to each other. And it's not even funny anymore. I'm 22 years and a single mother. I've been dating this guy for almost 2 years now, and he claims the relationship is very serious. We have our ups and downs, but what really bothers me is that my parents don't know him. Not even my mom knows we are dating. Anytime I ask him when he's going to come for me to introduce him to my parents, all he says is, I'll come, I'll come. I asked him some time ago if he was going to marry me or not. This guy told me, if that's the will of God, then yes. I was shocked, seriously, but said nothing to him. Recently, we had a friendly conversation on phone and I asked him, how long would it take a guy to study a woman before deciding to get married to her? This guy said, after some months of dating the lady, not more than 6 months, the guy should know if he wants to get married to the lady or not, and is supposed to introduce himself to the lady's parents to see if they will accept him or not, to avoid wasting each other's time. After he said that, I told him, let's change the topic. He's turning 28 this year. He says we are young and why am I thinking of marriage? But I have a child already. I can't be dating for fun. POV, I've had 2 abortions for this guy, but there's another man in the picture and we are just friends. Sometimes I talk to him about my relationship problems and he advises me. He used to say he's going to get married this year, but there's no lady yet. I will be like, how is that possible? Then he will say he's still searching for the lady. Just yesterday, this man called and said he's interested in me, but he's jealous and can't say I should date him and my guy at the same time. I should choose one, and he's ever ready to see my people. He wants to settle. What should I do? This is what I think your problem is. Because you want to get married so bad, anybody that would come and sell you the I want to get married story, you buy it. See, there's no doubt that the first guy is actually wasting your time. And that is not because he's saying that you guys are young or anything. It is because he told you, he unconsciously told you what he wants. If he meets somebody he wants to marry, in 6 months, he will know. You guys have been together how many years? 2 years, and he doesn't know. So it means he will not marry you. It's going to take a long time for him to realize that. He knows, but he has not come to that realization. So he's using you to catch cruise until he meets that person he wants to marry. Now, on the other hand, the second guy, he knows you want to get married. And so if it will take him to tell you that I am ready to settle, even though there's no woman to get you, he will say that. And that is what I think is your problem, because you're looking to get married so bad that you're not taking your time to look at what's going on. I'm not saying that this guy or this second guy is not capable of marrying you. I'm not saying that. What I'm just saying is that hold your horses on the I want to get married, I want to get married. You're just freaking 22 years. You have a child. It doesn't change anything. You're 22, you have a child. Focus on your child and make a life for yourself. That is what I can tell you. Slow down on the marriage thing. If marriage was that easy, a lot of people would be married by now. People go into marriages and 1 year, 1.5 years, they are out. It will take the right person, especially with you having a child. It will take a right man. In this our society, we've stigmatized single mothers. And so if as a single mother, people will make use of you because they know you are desperate to get married. That is all I can tell you. I snatched my best friend's GF. Everything was cool. She's in SHS whilst I've completed. There was this naughty phone call day in, day out with her. She finally took Ezia to home and we met in a guest house because me and my friend lives in the same hood. Honestly speaking, I fucked her. And besides, I couldn't go a second round. Sorry to say this. There was this scent down there. So I couldn't even erect again. Please, since then, I haven't called her again. And she hasn't called me as well. What do I do now? So I have this thing, where if I'm with you and you don't have the balls to tell me when you realize something is wrong with me, I feel like you don't technically love me, because I expect that you tell me that, you know what, something is going on. We need to figure it out. We need to figure it out. If it's a hospital, if it's drugs, if it's this, if it's you understand? And I don't get why girls of today, we don't like taking care of ourselves. I'm not going to take myself out of because I'm part of the girls of today, but I take care of myself. My COUCHIE is good. But we need to learn how to take care of ourselves. Because I remember last 2 weeks, there was this thing they were doing on Twitter where guys were being like, why I smashed once and didn't go again. And about 80% of the reasons was their COUCHIE smell. And as for you, since you have the audacity to snatch your best friend's girlfriend, I need you to use that same audacity to tell the girl what's going on. And maybe you too, you didn't satisfy her. SHS girl, see the nonsense you are doing with your life. SHS girl, you won't focus. See the nonsense you're doing with yourself. You take Eziat to go and fuck. You see why some of these house mistresses and house masters, they don't give Eziat. I'm not saying what they are doing is good, because sometimes they put people in danger. But you see some of the reasons, some of these stupid reasons, these girls and these boys. My darling, if by any chance you get to realize that it is you, repent, do better, clean yourself, and focus on education. And if you are the guy, get the boss and tell the girl to clean herself up. Okay? Yeah. I met this guy on TikTok after breaking things up with my ex. We talked for some months and we liked each other. So we started dating. We've been dating for 3 years now, but I don't know his family, not even a friend. Whenever I talk to him about it, all he says is he doesn't want us to bring family and friends into the picture till we're ready to settle down. But I'm not okay with that. And moreover, we hardly talk. He don't text or call me unless he wants to see me. My phone got spoiled last year, April. When I told him, he said he don't use his money to buy me phone, so I should buy a phone myself. I bought an iPhone XR last year, December. When he saw it, he was mad at me, says that I could have used the money to start up a business. Since then, whenever I ask him for money, all he says is, I have money, that's why I'm using iPhone. I want to break up with him, but I'm scared because I'm approaching my 30s. Please advise me. You're approaching your 30s, so what? You're approaching your 30s, so what? Listen, maybe the guys may come for me, but this guy is not mature in any way. Because you said you don't use your money to buy a phone for people you're with or for a girl, whatever. She bought a phone on her own. And I'm assuming she works. My baby girl, let me not assume for you, but are you working? Okay. So if you are working, you bought an XR. And how much is even XR? You bought XR for yourself. And now he's angry. Madam, do not allow time wasters to let you mess your husband in the name of, I'm approaching my 30s. Hi POV. I listened to your advice on a story I sent and left this toxic relationship I was in. I met someone else and he gives me so much peace. Oh shit. You all should leave those toxic men out there. It may be hard, but you can do it. You find someone better. You see proper person, proper review. You see proper review. My opinion sometimes makes sense, so I mean, but I'm happy for you, baby. I'm really happy for you. And hopefully you're still enjoying that peace that you're getting. I'm a guy of 24 years and I have dated this girl for about 7 years with sets of twins. We were so much in love, but the problem is this girl is a chronic cheater. I have caught her several times. She will plead, but she does it again. What should I do? Sake of the kids too. I feel guilty leaving her. Please help me. Listen, you can co-parent. Okay, you can co-parent. Because a woman can go and tear some STDB then come and dump it on you, eh? Listen, you can co-parent. You can break up and co-parent. Let her drop the kids off to you to spend time with them. Send the money you need to send to take care of the kids and all that. But don't date her. Because she's not going to change. As you said, a chronic cheat is not going to change. Okay? And this is an opinion. Do not settle for less. The kids, they are there. Beautiful twins. Do your responsibility as a father. And when I say do your responsibility as a father, please note this. I'm not saying just financially. Be present in the kids' lives, but not in the mother's life. In the kids' lives. That's why I said let her drop them off or you can go and visit them and all that. And allow her to do her escapades. Okay? I met this guy at church a few years back. We rocked the technical team together and his vibe was just something else. After services, he would walk me home and we would spend hours and hours just chit-chatting. Before I knew it, we were practically glued at the hip, doing everything together. When I say everything, I really mean everything, except sex, of course. I practically lived at his place. We were each other's go-to for everything. Kwame became my best friend. We had this insane connection. We did all the relationship stuff minus the explicit part. No I love you or official relationship, but the chemistry was off the charts. Everyone around us could see it. Work, church, home. They were all betting on our wedding date, but we weren't even officially a thing. Fast forward, this pretty lady visits our church and decides to stay. Let's call her Vera. Vera joined the technical team and suddenly she's the pastor's pet and super tight with my guy Kwame. Then out of nowhere, Kwame started acting distant. So I confronted him one day after service. He told me how I meant the world to him, but because he was now a leader at the church, he couldn't be seen doing certain things in public. That's why he had to distance himself. It sounded awkward to me, but I took it cool. But then he completely stopped picking my calls and talking to me altogether. Meanwhile, he and Vera have become joined at hip, doing everything we used to do. I was furious, bitter, but a few people helped me get over it. Now, I found out they are in counseling session prepping for marriage. It's wrecking me emotionally. I am angry and hurt. Do I confront Vera, Kwame, or spill the beans to the leaders? I'm lost and need closure. The whole situation is killing me. Help. I can't sleep. This is sad. That's why that whole church beloved thing, I hate it. That's why I hate it. Because they use that to manipulate girls and then lead them on. And then they marry other people in the church. I'm sorry, my darling. But you see, the only person you can literally confront in this situation would be the Kwame. But even that, I'll tell you to just pray and let it be. You can go to Kwame and tell him that you hurt me. What you did is diabolical. What you did is manipulative. And as a man of God, I am very disappointed that you did not see it fit to let me know, because frankly, you led me on. And that is why I like the whole, let's define what is going on between us. Because if we don't define it, one person will get carried away. And this is a matter of one person being carried away because the other person gave her that space to get carried away. How can you be spending your whole time in a man that you've not defined your relationship with's house? My darling, you are responsible for what you're going through. You are partly responsible for what you're going through now. And so I need you to first take responsibility for your part. And after you do that, you can go and see Kwame and flow your mind to him. And then I think you can get your closure from there. Or you can decide to take the responsibility for your actions and just let everything go. At the right time, I think Kwame himself will realize the harm that he has caused. If he doesn't, to touche. Okay? But just know that you're going to be fine. All right? Please hide my identity. A friend whom I went to SHS with called me and told me she is having a friend who lives in my neighborhood that she wants me to date. So I told her to vibe with her first for me. And in 3 days' time, she called me and told me she had accepted to date me. So I tried proving her wrong. But she said to me, a voice note of the girl saying, I'm nice and she would date me. Fast forward, I collected a number and called in. We had some conversations and it was cool. So I tried proposing by myself again. And she said she don't like, and anytime I try, she keeps saying that, please, is she trying? I mean, are you trying to say, is she trying to play hard to get? That one day, I don't know. Because how can she tell someone yes and then come and tell you no? Maybe after encountering you, there's something she doesn't like about you again. Maybe the person that went to do the toasting for you did it right, but maybe you didn't. There's something about you she doesn't like, and because of that, she's saying no. This is all assumption anyway. This particular one is all assumptions, and so I don't know how I'm gonna answer this question because she didn't technically conclude on the story. But that being said, thank you very much for watching this episode, and to everyone that is sending their stories, know that I actually appreciate that you're trusting me enough to share your story to the world. And I'm hoping that you're getting the answers that you're looking for. And please, viewers, leave your answers in the comment section because people are literally in pain looking for answers. I love you guys and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.